Hello, wild card tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Symphony of War with me, Bloanculo. We'll be getting to Chapter 20 in just a minute, heading to Mount Karnak to continue our story. I think I'm not going to do an arena battle right now. I think if I remember correctly, I've done a lot of stuff, and it's been quite a while, quite a few days in real time for me. Okay, hold on. Just trying to talk here, and I think I don't know why, but the audio is like super loud in my headset. Gotta turn this down a little bit. I hope you guys can still hear it, but like it's super loud. Oh, audio problems. When will they ever end? Anyway, yeah, I think I said last episode that we were gonna do a platinum arena run, but I think I had 2 tokens and I did 4 silver arenas just to get some money or experience or something. I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna be a little bit of a hard summary here because I don't remember exactly everything I did. But I will go through my units, and I'll talk about what I remember changing and what my plans are based on what I know at the moment. And I've done some recruitment, obviously. I'll clean this all up later on. So, Angilas's army is mostly done. There's room for 1 more slot. I'll probably just give her, like, 1 more gun. She's got, actually, like, a pretty good blend of units. She's actually missing, like, a long-range unit. So having an archer or warbow or samurai or something that can shoot indirectly, or even a cannon, I guess, would be actually quite useful to give a little bit more flexibility, but I'm fine having a melee-focused unit. You know, big heavy-duty front line, a little bit of healing, magic, stunning, and then some real big armor-piercing. That's fine, right? No big deal. Jules, I'm probably just going to let him go. He's getting pretty close to getting his 9th archer, and my plan is to have 9 warbows, and yes, probably 3 samurais would be better, but I'm gonna have a couple units of just ranged indirect fire, and Jules is one of them. Whether or not this is super optimal, I don't know, but I think it'll be okay. Sybil, she's gonna have some changes eventually, technically speaking. I was gonna switch her out with. I remember thinking about this. I was actually considering switching her with Rosalie here, who was just a mercenary, or just a random mercenary, I think, that came a soldier captain and a ton of leadership. Not even a life or a light domain or light affinity. So this is a pretty good unit leader for a mercenary. And I think I still will use her eventually, so I don't want to get rid of her. But Sybil, you actually can't remove her from leading a squad. She gets mad, so... feel like... Oh, it's when you try to remove her. No. So she doesn't want to leave. So anyway, that's fine. But this unit, you know, we need to promote... I ran out of resources again. We certainly want Squatch to be able to get promoted, which is just a matter of getting some more resources. It's a little bit short. It's only up to 7 units. I think we're probably going to go Guardians or Sentinels. Have a strong defending unit with a little bit of magic. I think I'll probably want to add like another mage or something to it. Or, I don't know exactly. Maybe a sorceress? Actually, that'd be a pretty good mix. Two fire mages or something. Couple archers. A sorceress for some stun. And a little bit more of a defensive unit. You know, kind of a blend for... You know, I like my blend units. But I have quite a few of those, so I want to specialize some more and more. Barnabas's unit was very specialized, but we're going to start switching into more... a little bit more balance as time goes on, as I find more optimal solutions. We will get some capacity back once we can promote Lizette, but, you know, resources. That's a bit of a short. And I think with 2 Valkyries, then we go for more Dragoons, and we could throw some Horsebows in to have that longer range indirect fire. But I'm thinking, like, you know, 2 or 3 Valkyries. Probably 2 Valkyries and then a bunch of Dragoons is the way to go for more damage output. And I've talked about it before, but having different... types of attacks, like melee, ranged, and magic, definitely give you more, like, efficiency in combat. So, all melee was not really great, but more Dragoons, I think, will be really good on this one. And still some healing. Stefan, Oh yeah, I switched these guys from soldiers to spearmen because they have the same armor, either last episode or this time. So these guys will go samurai to be sort of my hybrid, sort of light infantry, heavy infantry. And yeah, that should be fine. I think technically, I could promote them to rangers, but I'm going to try to get a couple assassins. I don't know if they're going to be great, but, that's what I'm going to do. Diana's unit, she's kind of got the paladins. We don't have a whole lot of units that use these paladin ladies. They definitely add some extra healing and defense. So Diana does a lot of damage, but we definitely want more units in here that can pump out some damage. So a couple war bows, maybe some guns. I don't know. You probably would be wise to throw guns into a lot of units if you just want to be smart. But 2 archers. Maybe I'll throw in something else for the ladies. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I think I've mentioned this one before. The 3 Red Dragon squad for Abigail. The paladins provide a fair amount of magic resistance and healing, and the dragons have a pretty impressive damage output. This unit is still a work in progress. The plan is to have this one be our primary sword masters once we can promote them, which unfortunately I just wasn't able to. I think we've got some stats, or at least we're very close to having enough stats, especially, I guess we need like a couple more level ups. Lightning is the skill one. But I'll probably want to have 3 sword masters for a ton of melee damage, and then a couple archers for ranged. And then I think, like, Narima herself, I golded her at some point. She's got a ton of skill. I think I'll try to give her the same idea as Stefan, with a couple samurais to give us a bit more defense. Like, maybe you could get away with all light infantry, but I think having some damage resistance on these light infantry units is really improving their overall durability. And then success. So 1 healer, it'll be very melee damage up front. Like, I think we'll have a lot of time we'll overkill the front row with double hit, double hit, double hit, double hit, and a couple more spear or samurais, whatever. Everyone, a lot of melee with only 2 range. So it might be smarter to add like a 3rd archer or a gunner again or something. Or a mage, just to alternate damage types. So I'll think about that for the next one, but we'll see. Reskuja is going to have a similar samurai front line again, because I think that's the way to do it. And then this time we've got some, rangers, right? I think I promoted a couple people for this, and we're trying to grind them into better loyalty. I did find out that if you got the tech, the militia are always loyal technology, before Reskuja, Narima, etc. all rejoined, their units didn't come with perfect loyalty. Like, they actually miss out on it, and you have to train them up. So you might want to wait on taking that tech until your whole army is back. I didn't know that was possible. It's sort of a bug, but it's fine. Yeah, I really, really am completely out of resources, so I can't even do half the stuff I want to do right now, which is really annoying for unit construction. I think I got frustrated a little bit because there's a lot of units that I can't finish because I don't have any resources. Lysander's another one that I'm going to be changing. He'll eventually have 3 sentinels up front, and I'm specifically giving him the tanky artifacts. So minus 25 damage to the front row, maybe a little bit extra bonus damage on defending, and then less damage from firearms, which does stack with the sentinel's damage reduction. And there's another artifact that I don't think we have. There's a shield that reduces like gunfire or rifle damage. Oh yeah, we've got it on. Okay, the hulking Pavice we've already got. There's one for arrows and there's one from guns. Oh, I know. I could equip this thing. I think I had this on him and then I ran out of capacity. But the Landis Mirage gives us even less damage from firearms. Plus, like that's... I don't know if they're additive or multiplicative, but I think we could make a unit that it will be very difficult to get shot down with rifles. And if he has his own rifles to fire back, this is kind of what I'm thinking for Lysander. Anyway, that's sort of his plan. Jaromir, I think I talked about last time. He's kind of copying Barnabas a little bit, seeing as he's another hero knight. So I'm going to give him a couple knights, and I think I'll focus a little bit more on Well, I think I recruited this guy last time, and I was planning on giving him his whole squad, but I changed my mind. I was like, this guy would make a pretty good Dragoon squad leader, just running with more Dragoons, but for one, we're really short on gunpowder, or whatever it's called, and that's going to take forever, because I already want to make my cannon unit. And for two, like, we'll just throw him in here, it's fine. He doesn't have to lead a squad. He's actually pretty good at leadership, but whatever. We can move him out later if we need to. What I'll probably end up doing is having, again, a couple Valkyries, and maybe this time I'll keep a couple horsebows. So we'll do, like, 2 horsebows, 2 Dragoons. I just couldn't promote. I think I actually was ready to promote some of these guys. We just didn't have the resources, right? So we'll probably go a couple Dragoons, couple Valkyries for a little bit of healing, couple Knights. Assuming we get the resources, I think that'll be a nice balanced... Like, Barnabas's unit will go Knights, heavy Dragoons, and this one will be a little bit of everything. You know, whatever, it's fine. And then Jastein was our light infantry, theoretically. At this point, I might give him a couple horsebows or just more Dragoons. I don't know, we'll see. The Valkyries will reduce his CP cost once they get promoted, so that's all standard. Awesome Guy. This was another hard one, because it's kind of a mix, but because he had Soldier Captain, I think I'm going to put a lot of different heavy infantry in here, and we're just going to see how it works. Strictly speaking, Soldier Captain is better when you're not in the front row. So the archer leader, or crossbow leader, whatever we turn him into, I think my plan will be to turn him into a gunner eventually. Probably. Means he can get the -2 cost for at least 3, but probably more like 5 or 6 units, which is a pretty big swing in leadership bonus. So because Awesome Guy, as awesome as he is, isn't like a hero, he doesn't have an amazing leadership stat, although we could give him light affinity. That would help a bit. I don't know if I've got any of those laying around. Not right now. But that would help out a bit for sure. Okay, we're almost through. Horsebow Squad, I really like this for just moving, shooting at long range, and then moving again. It's kind of like Jules. I think this is just... Like, Jules has the range 3 warbows, which is good. But I think this is better overall for the mobility. And honestly, having like 2 units of Archer Captain horsebows would probably be a pretty good build. I think Jules gets crushed a lot, and this unit is a lot better at attacking and getting out of the way. Plus, they get a whole bunch of bonuses. We looked into it earlier, where light cavalry get a lot of extra evasion as they run around, which Jules just doesn't get. Well, he's technically light infantry with all bows, but light cavalry get even more bonuses. Then we've got our super mage group, which is just going to have a ton of light. It's probably going to have like 4 lightning mages and 2 sorceresses, and just some kind of front row defenders. I guess we could reclass this guy if we want into something more defensive, but double swings is nice. Just a very aggressive unit. We'll have to rely on healing potions. Maybe no healers, right? I'm finally getting my cannon squad, guys. This is what everyone's been waiting for. And I even gave them the boots of moving faster. And I think when I did my grinding, I was specifically trying to get this unit some leadership and some loyalty. So I did... These guys have been in combat a couple times. I just don't have the resources for more. But soon, we'll max out these new archers that we've picked up. Archers and crossbows. I'm not sure why I made them crossbows. I think I wasted the iron. They probably would be just as good as archers. And that would save me some iron. But also, in the end, it averages out. Because if you're a crossbow, it costs 2, 1, and 2. But if you're not a crossbow, it costs 3, 1, and 2. So the total promotion cost of the cannon is 3, 1, and 2, and if you spend 1 on crossbows along the way, it's not like you lose it. The cannon just is cost the same amount either way, basically. So, in the end, that won't really make much difference, and I'll try to get a nice big cannon unit. Hopefully 9 at some point. That'd be just like Jules. Super long range cannon. Should be fun. This unit, I haven't had a lot of time to work with yet, but we're trying to get the lifesteal on them. And that's everybody. So hopefully I didn't miss too much. The main gist is trying to make some unique units and have some fun. Make them thematic to their heroes, and I just keep running out of resources. So let's do some supports. We've got a few to go through, or we have a choice. Let's do the non-committal one here first. So much has changed, Lysander. It is like waking from a dream to reveal a nightmarish reality. Can you tell me what happened to you after the battle at Fort Eureka? The Bort at Fatal Eureka, man. Reading. By the time I'd returned to the Inner Keep, Diana had already evacuated with her group. I gathered everyone else I could find, and we slipped out of the rear Sallyport. Sullyport? I thought it was Sally. Into the river, where we threw together makeshift rafts and floated down the Herald under the cover of night. So, for all that cannon attack, they actually killed nobody. Well, Blue Ankylas, died, but didn't die, and everyone else got away. Amazing. Myself, Reskuja, Nerima, even Sybil regrouped and made our way to the capital, just in time to see your execution. The moronic cheers of the crowd nearly vexed me enough to blow my cover. Cheers, huh? It was an explosion of emotion across the spectrum. It was that moment that tipped the scales so that the coming disaster was apparent not only to the clever, but to all. In the coming months, I attempted to rally opposition forces among the enraged nobles who remained, but the Dark Knight and his Black Dragon had an answer for everything we tried. Following his dragon's roar was always death and suffering. No one could stand up to him, and as he acted as the vanguard of an army of powerful cultist mages, and Casimir's Imperial elite troops. I'll have you know that at first, I thought the Black Knight, whoever this is, was actually Blue Ankylas when I first played through it. Because, you died and then resurrected as the evil. Makes sense, right? After witnessing the power of that Dark Knight and your resurrection, I no longer scoff at the supernatural, but now seek to decipher it. After some time in exile, I've reunited with my friends, and we caught wind that Diana had organized a resistance force dedicated to protecting the children from mass kidnappings. We sprang into action, taking advantage of the weakness here at Eastwall Fortress, and held out just long enough for you to arrive. It's infuriating what they're doing. Can't convince the grown-ups, so they have to tear families apart and brainwash the young. It is indeed unforgivable, but this also presents an opportunity. This is a war of good against evil now. No mercy required for the enemy. Hey, it's interesting Lysander says that. Only their total destruction will heal the land. Alright, Lysander wants a total kill. This is quite a bit more simple than reconciliation with a defeated foe. On that, we agree. Off with Casimir's head. I was thinking just that, and you said it. Knowing you're the good, knowing you're the good in the good versus evil. Not him, but us. Does make things simple. Sorry, reading is hard today. So long as you stay good, Ankylas. Of course we're good. You just gave us free reign to kill all our enemies without thinking twice because they're clearly evil. Hey there, Poindexter. Boy, am I relieved you're still in one piece. Really? Well, yeah, you're the man with all the answers. Doesn't even matter the subject. You can always get a little dose of enlightenment from talking to Lysander. This guy. Welcome back to the club. Thanks. Though I must disagree, the more time goes by, the more I realize I do not know. Yeah, whatever. Hey, speaking of that, I was wondering, why don't we just make a bunch of these airships and just drop bombs on the bad guys? No fuss, no muss, easy win. Good idea, Stefan. It's been a long time since we used airships as weapons, and for good reason. For the price of one airship, one could instead equip an entire army with cannons. Please. Please. Because of the prohibitive costs, and because of recent developments such as firearms and war dragons, airships have become white elephants in war. You mean pink elephants, my friend. What you been drinking? White elephants meaning they're too valuable to risk losing, and that makes them virtually useless in combat. They are, in essence, expensive toys that have no place in serious battle. However, when modified to serve as an armored transport, they can be invaluable, and that's just how we'll be using them. See what I mean? All the answers. Love this guy. Hey, that airship got a minibar? I'm feeling overdue and mighty thirsty. I believe that would be acceptable. If you believe it will enhance our army's morale. Now we're talking. Well, it enhances his morale and therefore everyone else's. Congratulations, you're friends. So now there are some choices with who gets partnered with who. It's not quite like Fire Emblem where you've got C, B, A, S ranks and then stuff like that. But the hearts is like a permanent alignment. I'm actually not sure I want these two to match up. Barnabas is old, and Sybil, I mean, maybe. I mean, they have a similar sort of background in that they're both kind of farmers, and they use that kind of language. And I mean, I love my man Barnabas, but I feel like I don't know if there's any other options for them, if they have any other choices. If we take this, it'll lock them in. But I kind of want to keep their options open, and this will last for a few chapters, I think. Although there might be a point where you can no longer choose it. But I think I'm gonna not. It's a bit much. I think there's a bit too much age gap for me. It might be the canonical ending, but I think we're gonna leave that. I know OCD, it's terrible. Anyway, with that said, we weren't gonna buy any of these people. You could always exchange the. We could do 8 more bronze arenas right now, and no, we're not doing that. But yeah, let's go. We're already 20 minutes in. Oh look! Remember all those boots we got? I think I've got some of them equipped, but we finally have some fire. Heard about this place. These lava tubes will pull one over on ya when you least expect it. Best to avoid hotspots. Well, best to avoid adventuring in a volcano, but you kiddos are too brave for your own good. Thanks, Barnabas. So don't stand on the lava. That's good. And there's a lot of enemies here, so that's bad. We got a lot of samurais. We're going to start seeing mostly promoted units, although not always. I guess these archer units are just, if they were warbows, they'd be too strong. So, hey, look, my when I'm making Jules all archers, clearly that's a good idea if the developer of the game added those kind of enemy units. Not promoted units, that's not too bad. And I don't know... Okay, I don't remember seeing this last time I played, but clearly there are shadowed areas that are going to count as probably rough terrain for ambushes. So usually these guys aren't going to do much, but there are some tiles we got to keep an eye out for ambushes. And yeah, mainly we just have to arrive, I think. Anguilla specifically, so she's got to make it up here, or well, we'll just waste a lot of time. Try not to take any damage. Okay, I'll try. And 11 turns. Alright. So we've got to send a group over here to get some treasure. Or, sorry, all the way up here to get 2. And then up these little ropes. I think even cavalry can climb up ropes in this game. That's nice. And then we got to send someone all the way back there past some actual assassins. And there's a big squad of dragons and mages. That's a little dangerous. Yeah, good map. So we can only deploy 12. And I think we want to start with some tanky front row hitters here, and that generally means people like Diana and I guess Lysander. Then I'm gonna, because there's a lot of choke points on this map, clearly we want to have our ranged units, and we got to take in the cannons. We got to show them off a bit, and honestly Tariq will probably be good. Now there's a lot of spears, so I'm thinking our cavalry might not be. Oh boy, that's a lot of guns. I'm gonna have to try to kill the guns on turn 1 if I can. But yeah, I don't think cavalry is as amazing in this one, just because there's a lot of spears. So we might lean on other types of units a bit more. Abigail with dragons is very strong. Something to go to the left could be the other dragon squad. That leaves me with 4. I don't know about light units on this map because, right, there's not a lot of ambush available. I think mages are pretty awesome. So we'll show off my mage squad. Got 3 more. So I don't have any cavalry at all. I'm going to say Jaromir actually has like a ton of capacity with his good leadership stat. I'm going to throw Barnabas in there because I'd like him to get another slot. Although, like I said, I don't know if cavalry is the best option. But they do have good mobility. And then, like, I don't think we bring Raskuja on this map. We've got 2 more. Awesome Guy, maybe. Probably not Jay Steen. There's no enemy cav at all. That's kind of his specialty. Maybe Jeremir. Probably not Narima. Maybe we go like Sybil, Stefan. We still have spears that don't really help us, but we might be able to get a couple ambushes if I'm lucky. I actually think Jeremir's probably better. And then, I mean, Stefan is a hero. He does support like Diana and stuff, so like there's some value there as well. Okay, we'll go with that. Let's not spend too much time min-maxing, but... Alright. Quick save. Oh, I also will say I learned a new trick. Hold the tilde key down if you're on PC. There might be, or if you're on keyboard controls. It's some sort of frame skip option. It works all the time. I'm not going to hold it down in general, but when it's the enemy phase, it's actually quite nice. Oh, speaking of which, do I have... Yeah, show combat. I mean, I want you guys to see what's going on, but that kind of stuff's nice. Okay, so... There's a lot of archers and stuff. If we want to get the bonus, we cannot... I don't think we can end a turn on a hazard. Cannons. Now, unfortunately, my cannons only have a range of 2. And they've got a lot of movement, which is nice. We do not have the ability to get range 3 cannons yet. I'm a little bit worried we're just going to get trashed by ranged attacks from up above.
You got a plan? It must be done. Command me.
And this is high ground, so it's kind of like a wall. Kind of like a wall.
Stay strong, everyone.
Maybe Jules shoots one of the... Maybe shoots like that one from here. I mean, I think it's pretty important we get rid of the gunners. If we could defeat that squad and then choke point left and right, I don't think we're going to be able to kill any of those archers, though. We might be able to, like...
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
Time to end this.
It's possible we could shuffle Lord Karnth a little bit closer to get that one.
Repent before the righteous.
Maybe I should have put a cavalry right on this corner and seen if they could have just charged up, because that would have been really nice. I don't think we're going to get ambushed up here. It's mostly just making sure these archer units can't pick off, like, my cannons or anything. You can make it all the way up here. And then you'd have range 3, so like you could shoot this guy from up here. This guy could... So, move over and shoot with an arrow instead of a melee attack. Or we could... Actually, you know, because he can canto, maybe we move up, hit the gunners, and then move out of the way. I don't... We'll find out if we take damage from attacking here. I think we can risk a charge as well. Or a aggressive. A lot of damage, but only 2 kills, so that's not perfect. But I think that was probably a good open. And technically, he can canto back so that the archers couldn't hit him anyway, so Tariq is quite safe. Jules, though, will be in range of... Looks like these guys won't go down. Interesting. Looks like they may have blocked them. Like, it's probably just coded that way so they won't go down the ladder, which is interesting. But from this tile... Actually, no. Jules is safe here.
We will always find a way.
Or whoever I want to put there. Actually, I might put Anthony... Yeah, I think Anthony's at the biggest risk because cannons are pretty fragile. Okay, let's show off what this guy can do. And he should be out of range as well. Yeah, this should be fine. I'd say that was okay. It's only 3 cannons. They definitely do more area of effect rather than single targets, so... A lot of cannons really stacks it up. You know what? I think Tariq should have attacked this guy because Jules can move here and shoot that guy.
victory for Embor.
So if Jeremir goes here, he could shoot and maybe finish it off, but then he'd have to Kanto to here. Where would I put Jules?
Stay strong, everyone.
Well, one thing almost for sure was we're going to send Abigail this way. And I'm going to put her on cautious. I don't think I don't think samurais are going to be a significant threat. But I mean, actually, I don't think anyone's going to attack her anyway. She's got too much threat. She can probably go aggressive. At 21,000, I feel like if the rules are being followed, everyone's going to ignore her because she's too dangerous. And yeah, she's pretty dangerous. Ooh, loyalty.
I must not fail.
So we're at 13, 14. Yeah, so we can get one more capacity from the new dragon. I don't think the archer squad can do too much damage here. No one else. Yeah, no one can. I don't think this guy's. There's no way he's shooting her anyway. Okay, that leaves Jeremir. So he could move up to here and shoot. Barnabas
School is in session.
maybe could charge that one. Wasn't really my original plan, but what I'm trying to think is like having some people who can Kanto out of the way.
Time to end this.
I really feel like getting rid of those. I really have to make sure I get those gunners more than anything.
The battle lies before
The Blue Ankylas can't attack, so I could move her up first. She's got that support bonus, so everyone in 3 squares of her gets a morale boost. So moving her first might have been smart. Soltres can't attack anything, sadly. So that's one possible shuffle.
What's our next tactic?
Yeah, hitting these guys is going to be tricky.
It must be done.
Alright, we're going to try to finish off this other gunner. And I'm going to be aggressive. Because I really want to... I mean, at least 2 of them, I feel like. We got to kill at least 2. Okay. I'll take that. I don't really like his spot. And he used aggressive, but... in theory, there will be... some cover here, if I can do what I want. I think then Barnabas...
Sergeant awaiting orders.
hopefully... I think, honestly, even with Spears, he can probably wipe that group out. Especially on aggressive. And he's not really weak to arrows. So enemies shooting arrows down on knights don't really do very much. They're particularly good against archers. We can technically block that point in case they try to go down. Now, technically, I could put Jules here. This guy.
Awaiting your orders.
Lysander can't make it far enough either.
the time to act is now.
Someone has to attack this guy, and I'd like to shuffle someone up there, maybe.
I love this part.
Stefan could attack that guy. Probably fine. Actually, he'd get the back attack to kill the mages. You know,
Getting real thirsty here.
I'm okay with that. Let's be aggressive. I mean, he got both mages, and then my front row can do what it's supposed to do. Oh, wow. Perfect! Yeah, I'm starting to like this setup. Yeah, I think that's like the first time we've had a really good back attack.
Oh, sorry.
And we got a rare drop, a Bloodstaff. Okay, so we need at least... I think at least 2 shuffles to have a chance to get up there.
We will always find a way.
When am I needed?
I think...
Break their resolve. The army is ready.
Ready.
we have another problem, too. If Jules is here, this guy can move and attack him.
Stay strong, everyone.
I might have to... Yeah, if I put him here... Someone can end their turn there and there. Sure. Hopefully we can kill one and then it's just one archer attacking him. Come on, this is what you're built for. Killing gunners. That was not enough. Okay. Okay. So...
A paladin never surrenders.
Battle formations.
Well, I guess we've got one archer we could shoot, but...
For my people, for my homeland, be with us.
Would it be more useful to try to... I think we can survive 3 shots and 1 shot, or whatever's left. 2. This guy's technically alive. I don't like it. This isn't quite the way I wanted it to go.
For the righteous.
We're gonna actually go on cautious. Because I'm expecting her to get shot by a lot. And we didn't even interrupt that. Okay, right. This unit's actually pretty good against magic. Paladins' magic resistance are good.
I must stay strong.
What's our next tactic?
Alright, then we have to block this tile or else they go for our weak units. And Lysander is pretty good at defense anyway. And maybe he could take out an archer. You never know. 2! Ooh, good deal. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah. No, that was really good. Okay, well... Would have been nice to attack with these other 2 units, but... Maybe we can kill one of these archers. Yeah, get up there. Get on up there. I think... Cautious will still wipe it, and then he's just prepared for a lot of attacks. Yeah. We don't need to be aggressive against 4 archers. But this unit doesn't have a dedicated healer, so I gotta be a little bit careful with their damage. Alright, very nice. Okay, I'd say we can actually still teleport someone. Ha! I didn't pay attention. So we could have actually bumped someone out of here if we were worried about them. We still can. I think... Although it's not a very aggressive move, I think what we'll use the power for is to get the Blue Ankylas in range of support and also more able to affect next turn. This will give us some morale on defense. Not for Lord Karnith, but for everyone down here, and then she'll be able to move up. Because remember, the goal is to get here with her. So we need to split the groups up and have Blue Ankylas move up the middle. Okay. I feel like that was a good turn. Got to turn my thinker on. 120 damage. Well, I'm just glad, like, we've got a healer, so it shouldn't add up too much. I think that's because he was on aggressive, so he's taking a lot of extra damage. But I think I mentioned before that Jaramir's unit's pretty good. Yeah, not fully healed from that, but drops are nice. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, come on! I just can't. Light infantry units, light squads. They're just the death of me. How come they didn't get an ambush? I mean, they're getting a lot of dodges. How come those 2 survive so much better than than Stefan. That was a bit close. We took more damage from that than I was hoping. I'm really glad we took out the other archer that would have shot Jules, because 2 rounds of that, I mean, dead. And this guy can attack. Yeah, this should be fine. Excuse me, we're the ones that are supposed to get free actions. Oh, Stefan, always ruining my no-death plan. Oh yeah, these guys can shoot, of course. I gotta remember that they can shoot, but I'm not super worried on this, but they could be enough to chip down Jules or something if there was another squad. Alright, you're going for Abby. You're just drawing her attention. Now she's looking at you. Alright, well, I'd say 9 out of 10. This was the only real mistake. So I should have put someone else that could block this.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
I still, like... These guys were level 28. They got 58 armor. And they died, like, instantly in 1 round. These guys... Okay, they have extra armor, I guess. Maybe because we're... Maybe it's, like, high ground bonus. It gives us some train bonuses up here. And sure, this guy's promoted, but... Like, how did this guy who had effectively the same armor and level... Shield should only matter against archers. They didn't even have archers. They just had skirmishers and sword fighters. Basically, it's like identical unit. But Stefan's got just 1 rounded, whereas Lord Karnith's front row hold through for the whole fight. I bet you it's the high ground, but... Huh.
I love this part.
I mean, he's got evasion, actually. Both of these add evasion to the group. But yeah, whatever. Just a little bit salty. Okay, how do we tackle this? We got to get someone up on the right side.
Command me.
Sotraz probably is gonna have to deal with Ethron here, and then Stefan's gonna
Getting real thirsty
hide.
here.
I'd like for him to get some resurrections from Ankylas, but it's gonna take a while to get everyone back. Like we have 3 resurrections. We can get them back up to full power if we wait around. I would like to draw these down from above, if possible, rather than a choke point. I mean, they're promoted dragons, so red dragons do a lot of damage. You gotta, it's fire mages, red dragons. That's a lot of units. So we want to lure them towards us into the choke point while we can shoot on them from above or something. Is ideal. We could get our cannon up here on the left, finish this group off. I feel like that's pretty good. We could also probably just capture them. We do like our captures. You have... That's actually kind of weird, but yeah, whatever. That's not going to work.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Where am I needed?
So he will get a bit of healing in combat. These guys are actually at fair morale. Interesting. 0 surrender. Well, it's good. I'd rather use my healing potion anyway. They'll probably surrender when we slice them to pieces. Well, 2 of them were smart. 1 of them was dumb.
I ain't got all day.
Is this guy gonna get an attack? Well, you know what? Dragons are probably pretty good against assassins. If he all dies,
Got a plan?
then I'm gonna cry. Someone's gotta get that treasure.
Bet you didn't see this one coming. awaiting your order.
Okay, I'm planning on having Lysander move up like next turn, because he's got, you know, probably the best defense, maybe. Although for this turn, I think he can be aggressive, and it's just gonna be archers versus guns, and you know we'll do okay, I think. Yeah, we got one. Yeah, I'd say that was worth it. A little bit of loyalty for the unit, you know.
A paladin never surrenders.
Diana, I don't know.
Donar be with us.
I love this part.
We're gonna do this. And then Sotraz is gonna wipe this guy out and move to the left later. No surrender, hey? Alright, well. I'm not gonna risk anyone dying. Oh yeah. I do love this unit. It's so good. Just the multi-lightnings. So spammy. The all mages take a lot of work to get them, like, when they're apprentices, they're definitely not amazing. But once they're full, you know, tier 3 classes, the mages are really nice. Alright, so we gotta deal with this right side. I think Abigail probably... Oh, this is tricky too, because you can't attack this guy without effectively losing your what am I trying to say? Words, Blue Ankylo. Your side objective. How dare you shoot Abigail? Illegal. Anyway, she can pick that up.
Victory for Embor.
So Jeremir kills, Tariq maybe kills, Anthony just moves up on one of the walls, Jules moves up the other wall, we prepare to shoot everyone from the top.
Donar, give me strength.
It's a plan. I think we can go aggressive here, should be okay. Ah, gross. Alright, but you can Canto. So you do have archers. Where do we want this guy after? I think we're going to send him... I think we'll send him up. And then he can move down if we need that from that side. So we're going to... Yeah, maybe. I think we can. Yeah, they're just gonna surrender. I mean, cannons versus archers. We'd get the first shot. They'd all die. I didn't leave quite enough space there. That's fine.
Time to end this.
Technically, Jules outranges them too.
How can I help, my lord?
Jules can do a lot of stuff. So for now,
He will always find a way.
this guy is the priority. Now, do you think they can shoot back? I actually don't know. We're both on walls, but shooting someone on another wall.
Stay strong, everyone.
Wait, I guess
Time to end this.
they definitely can't shoot back from here. Okay. Not quite what I was expecting, but we killed the archers. You just gotta believe. I don't... They are fearful. Mid. Is that worth it? Sure. No. No surrender. They get first strike, and they get an advantage because spears. But we did enough damage and got 3 surrenders out of it, so worth it. Value, risk. Alright, we can't get attacked from here. So we've taken most of the central area. Filbert! Yeah, I mean, I think the dragons will be okay, but... I don't know. I've got all my powers available too, so there's that. I think Diana...
Repent before the righteous.
She's gonna go up the middle, because
Where
she
am I needed?
doesn't have a lot of archers. Let's make sure the front row here at least is at full strength. Probably should heal the archers
The
as well.
time to act is now.
And, yeah, it's gonna take like 3 rounds to get this squad back up. Or 2 if I use that. So speaking of our abilities, what should I do? You know, if I use the refresh, we could just attack the assassins right now with someone. Not Barnabas. So Lord Karnth could just go up there and attack them. And that tile is safe. I think that's definitely what we do then. And technically, I could teleport someone up there. And then also refresh them. And then also give them armor. How many turns? We got lots of time, right? Yeah, we're really not in a rush. We've done almost half the map and in 2 turns. So we're doing fine for turns, but you know, could teleport Diane up there. I'm gonna try to just do it with the blessing. Because I do have another backup plan. If this works, there's another thing that I would do with the other 2 abilities. And be aggressive because I want to kill them. They should have low defense. So if we can kill most of them on turn 1, then... Wow. Yeah, like, you know, most of them. Oh yeah, it's fine. I think this was the way to play it then. It's hard to know in advance, but I think that was definitely the right choice. The mages can't attack him, so he should be safe. We've got the high ground, Anakin. And this guy is at the low ground, waiting to be picked off by Jules or whoever. And that is everybody, but we could still do one more trick. I'm actually not sure if Lysander is the one we use to draw them down. I think a fire attack on the guns would kill them all. Because they have
Break
basically
their resolve.
no magic at all. They're really weak to magic. It might be better to put Diana there and have her exemplared. If we want to rush it. We're not in a rush. We could also move up and start shooting them from up here, but... I think even from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Technically, Jules... I don't know if he can quite get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He might only make it to that square. But if he can get to that square, even with a shuffle, then he can shoot them and they can't even... They'll probably activate. That would be pretty good. Also, there's a way of attacking and then teleporting out to save a turn. Maybe we save it for next turn. I think if we shoot this guy from out here, he'll start moving down. You know what? Okay. There's some things we could have done with our abilities, but I'm going to save them. Technically, you can hold tilde to make that go faster.
We will always find a
Okay,
way.
we can't get to the tile.
Getting real thirsty here.
Ready.
Alright. Probably should have gone for the archer there, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Stay strong,
Okay, that looks
everyone.
good. Start getting some treasure. Obsidian's always good. We need that for
Time to end this.
promotions.
How can I help, my lord?
This should be a safe way to activate this group. I'm pretty sure they'll start moving down now, basically. Or we'll just kill them, I guess. Sheesh. Brutal. Okay, I didn't expect a wipe. We can do something quite similar on the right side. Yep. Didn't dodge enough. They tried. Alright, high ground is so good. Yeah, you've only got one thing and this will be a safe spot, so... Shoot this guy. Should have planned my turn out a little bit better, but this is looking... Oh yeah. Get wrecked. So I'm thinking Abigail kills this guy and then I teleport her here. So no fire damage, I don't think. And then these guys can waste a turn coming down without attacking us.
I can do this.
I'm sure she'll win. We'll get a couple surrenders if we're lucky. Yeah. And this isn't even their final form. Triple dragons are all certainly one of the most powerful units. The damage output is tremendous. Alright.
I must not fail.
And you can still get the treasure. I wasn't sure, but now I am. Also nice. Okay, so theoretically, both of these groups are going to start moving down. And they can't attack my fragile archers. Barnabas...
It must be done.
Can't get... Or, sorry, Jeremir. Kind of like Barnabas. Barnabas is over here. This guy can't fire up walls. I'm trying to think of how we're going to get this guy. I mean, Jules could shoot him next turn. Or we could just have Barnabas... Actually, yeah, okay. Switch... Not important. And then one to here. And Barnabas can charge him. And that should be easy. We don't have to wait for him to come down. We can just go kill him on one turn with a horse. That's... See, even on units where cavalry aren't super effective, they're still... The extra movement tiles is still really, really helpful. Alright, and Jeremir... Yeah, we're just gonna move him up.
Victory for Embor.
Maybe, he's more likely to get into melee, so let's make sure nobody dies. I think I'll leave him up here just in case. I might want to use his ranged attacks with the horse bows. And then we can move one square up just for maximum range next turn if we want.
A paladin never surrenders.
I think Lysandra will be okay on the offense, but yeah, like I said last turn, we don't want him to be on the receiving end of magic damage. Sorry about the bonk. Alright, we're at an hour into the episode, but there's really not much left, so I think we'll be fine today. I still got my exemplar. Also, nobody moved down, by the way, so my plan there didn't work. Pretty good shock. Only one attack on counter. Not a very good follow-up. Okay, the free action helped, but... Come on, Barnabas. Strictly speaking, he could be ambushed unless we move back, but... I think we'll be fine. Gold arena token. Nice. That's 4 bronze tokens. Well, now, this didn't quite work out. I thought for sure once we started attacking them, they'd move down, but I guess it's more about maybe if there's someone in their unit that can attack, they attack. So maybe we should, this turn, move Abigail here, maybe damage this guy a little bit, and see what happens.
I must be brave.
She's fine. She can save it. Or we could move someone up, exemplar them. In fact, we probably will. But on the right side, you know, we'll do it like this. So we want... I think we'll do this attack and then move down. Because the cannon can't move after it fires. And this will thin the herd a little bit. basically completely annihilate them. With the plan to... I'm not sure. We'll keep him in the middle. We'll see where it goes. And then... what I'll do here is just basically try to weaken one of these other units. It's not... maybe I should have done it the other way around, but... I don't think this guy's going to kill Abigail, but... stranger things have happened, I suppose. But primarily, we can now use our cannons to finish wiping out their rifles. We definitely would like to say goodnight. Get that leadership. Good, good. The dream of the 9 cannons grows a little every time we get some practice. Okay, so maybe now that they can technically attack someone, they'll start moving. And then these guys, well... I mean, I could attack another one with Jules, but they all can attack up, even with a penalty, so he'd take a lot of damage, unless I can like attack and get out of the way, so I don't think I want to do that this round. I don't think he can stand on this side and shoot up without being in range of the mages, so maybe all we do is just move down and finish this guy off. Overkill. And...
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
so I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do here. We're going to exemplar Diana and have her draw them down.
Donar be with us.
I'm going to quick save because risky
Repent
business.
before the righteous.
Half damage. She's not on aggressive or anything. Stefan is going to be in her radius.
The army is ready.
Lysander will be in her radius.
Battle formations.
Put him there. And so
For
will
my
Ankylos.
people.
So
For
she
my
should have,
homeland.
I don't know, pretty much max morale with at least 2 supports. Excellent.
Where am I needed?
So that gives her some bonuses. Soteraz. Over. Okay. Not the best round. I thought those guys would move down, but now we'll test out phase 2 of Lure. Sure. You think 2 spearmen can kill 3 dragons? No. Alright. Hopefully she doesn't counter kill this group, but it's possible. It's not gonna happen. It's pretty close. We could still get a free action. Oh well, Diana maybe should just kill everything. That's fine. She didn't take too much damage. Archer Captain trait. Ooh, that's a rare one for sure. Want to make another horsebow unit? Because we could. Okay, don't die. Stop killing everything, please. Don't kill the mages. Good. I gave him too much morale. Suffering from success again. Alright, so good. Oh, they stood on the a trap. You fool! That doesn't affect me, though. It's only us that has to avoid. If you can lure the enemies in, then you're doing even better. 1 iron.
Stay strong, everyone.
Alright, so Jules could help here, but his job is actually to, safely... Can we do it from here? Okay, so we actually could have stayed here. Instead of killing that assassin, I could have stayed here and attacked. Someone was probably yelling at me. We definitely could have killed Roberta's last turn. But, don't worry about it. We'll get him now. Most of them. Maybe? Extra free attack? That's the assassin trait, which is actually on an archer unit. Like, if I have any scrolls, I should, or executioner, I should definitely consider getting more executioners, because the way that this squad works, that's really good. Because they spread out damage to the whole enemy group, there's a pretty high chance that some enemies are at 25% HP or less. And he gets an extra attack, a chance for an extra attack for every enemy below. So if you had 9 enemies at less than 25 HP, like if our volley almost killed a group of 9, and we had a bunch of units with executioner, I think we'd have a pretty good chance of a bunch of bonus actions to wipe them out. And I think this might be one of the best cases for it. Other than also probably you could say that would also be just as amazing on a cannon. So anyway, we only have so many of those scrolls, but So Traz. Maybe just, can we get an easy surrender up here? No? Fine. How about Diana?
A paladin never surrenders.
She's more intimidating, right? Still no. Be intimidating. One of them got the message. Alright, no problem. Well, we're almost done here. I guess it would have been nice to get someone up here to shoot him. I don't think we need to. Depends if I want to rush up and kill this guy right away, or what I want to do.
What's our next tactic?
I must stay strong.
Let's see. Okay, let's start with the safe attack. Cannon hold still, takes a ranged shot on dragons. Okay. Took out the mages. That means Jeremir can probably finish that off without much problem.
It must be done.
He could stand there and attack, but he can only move 1, 2, and then he, like, to get out of range of the assassin, he can't quite do it. Okay, I was thinking of sending Tariq up here to start dealing with the assassin next turn, but I think priority will be to clear out another light squad here, or at least hopefully do some damage. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. Okay, that was... The Wicked? Good name for squad. Oh, well, not very safe. But we could stand here, shoot, and then move out of the way. We don't get the surrender, but it's fine. And we might get the kill. I don't know for sure. Yeah, it was good. Dragons can't dodge. Point of order. Dragons cannot dodge at all. So, make some of that a bit safer. Okay, looks like we've got this in the bag. Next turn, Jules can... This guy can't even move, so we can do whatever we want with him. We'll get the last treasure. Second last treasure. Nacer. We could teleport. We could actually...
My friends are counting on me.
If I teleported her up...
I can do this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If she was here, do you think she could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Probably not. But we could bonus action. Okay, yeah, we mean...
The battle lies before me.
We win. Nothing to worry about.
Your orders.
Unless I'm out of turns somehow. No.
I love this part.
We did a great job. Let's...
I must not fail.
Okay, I got this. I know what to do. This should work just fine. Make sure all her dragons are healed up. Then we go power to teleport.
I must be brave.
Get the treasure. Power to bless. No back attacks to worry about.
My friends are counting on me.
That was a little bit overkill just to deal with these assassins, but hey. Lots of dodges. Not enough dodging. Okay. I don't think we've taken any trap damage. I think we probably win next turn. We're an hour and 10 minutes in, depending on how much dialogue here. We'll be totally on a little bit extra length. Not a super long episode.
Master Sergeant, awaiting orders.
Money.
We will always find a way.
Good. Jules? Crushing it? Okay, they weren't under 25%, so there was no way to get the extra action.
Getting real thirsty
The
here.
time to act is now. Donar be with us.
Break their resolve.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Ready.
So we're not going to get the win this turn, but... I mean, it's fine.
For my people. For my homeland.
We might as well try to get some surrenders. What are they going to do? Two's good. I haven't really focused on surrenders a whole lot for this Let's Play. Definitely trying to remember to use it sometimes, but you could do way more if you really focus on it, for sure. This is like light to medium surrender. It's easy to forget about it and get nothing, but
I must stay strong.
you could surrender half the map at least most of the time, I think. Even without using specialized artifacts. Alright, looks like we got the optionals, and we got a nice selection of 18 surrenders. S rank. Beat it with lots of turns to spare. Easy map. Technically, the biggest mistake was Stefan's deaths, but even if you had permadeath on, I rezzed them before the end of battle, so we would not have lost anything, which I take as flawless, basically, even if I have to use my rezzes. Looks like our thieves found the hiding spot. Oh, this is a cool... This is a good cutscene, by the way, guys. Seems like a trap. Better keep your eyes open then, and blink us out if anything goes sideways. Yeah, I guess he can do that. He's the teleporter. We need the book. Bam! Nephilim. By the heavens! Isn't that crazy mage who gave us such trouble? Yes, and apparently a Nephilim. Hello there. I see you have blue wings. You must be a friend. I can raise you from the dead. How would you like it? Am I dead? Well, you were. Just about. But I think you'll be okay now. Holy Ankylass. Splendid! Looks like those Imperial goons couldn't get the best of me after all. I suppose I owe you a thank you. Well, how about an apology first? You know, for stealing our property. Oh, that belonged to you. Goodness, had I known I was dealing with such lovely specimens, I would have just asked nicely. Name's Beatrix Pendergast. Pendergast? Where have we heard that name before? As in Edmund Pendergast? That's the one, darling. Edmund's little princess. Interesting. I wonder what someone from such a family would be doing out here. Beatrix, you must come with us. You are one of the ancient avatars of Donar, reborn into our world. Wait, just a minute. How did you... Aha! Of course, you pulled me from the brink. Signature move of Donar himself. Well, well, fancy meeting you here 1,000 years later. And you, the gigantic paladin, inheritor of Galzus' legacy, no doubt? Eat any good books lately? For breakfast, actually, thank you very much. Beatrix, the Nephilim are destined to reunite and fight Xanatus in the final battle. It is written in the prophecy, which has thus far come true. Yes, that is the prophecy, as they say, isn't it? If you don't like prophecies, take a look. All but one Nephilim avatar is standing in the room. We've much to discuss. Let's head back to Embor. Oh, really? And just why should Beatrix Pendergast comply with the likes of you, Well, I do have an army, and I think you owe me one for saving your life. You know, I always did love it in Embor. What with the year-round, bone-chilling winter, the endless, featureless fields, the bland, lard-based cuisine, yes. What a lovely destination. After you. Hey guys, we got a new one. That's 4. Embor Palace Throne Room, headquarters of the Nephilim army. You lovelies found me at the shrine in pursuit of my divine weapon. You see, as the legend goes, the original Nephilim sealed away their weapons after defeating Xanatus and spread them throughout the world. Then the temple decided, like many things, to keep this a secret. No need to fuss, you're in for a treat. Heard about your little divine intervention on Mount Ptolomea? Well, you haven't yet tasted power. These weapons will unlock every bit of your potential. There's the magic of Cyrene at Mount Karnak. Belmung, the divine greatsword of Ishtar at Sandraka City. Valor, the gauntlets of Galzus at Greywind Peak, belonging to our paladin of prolific proportions here. Just you wait. Skyrender, underneath the royal palace at Sayunia. Oh, I suppose the heavens have chosen the poorly dressed rogue to carry this torch, eh? Congratulations. At least I'm decently clothed. Ooh, snap. Last, and certainly not least, Light Fury, the Sword of Donar, which dealt the final blow to Xanatus, piercing the demon's heart, of course, at the Imperial capital. We know this one belongs in your hands, Ankylas. You holding Light Fury would be the closest any of us mere mortals can get to sitting down and having tea with Donar himself. 2 have already been found. Mine and the Belmung, wielded by the Black Knight you darlings refer to as the Hand of Xanatus. But there are still 3 ripe for the picking. Side quests. And if they get their hands on these weapons, well, then you'll be in a bind, won't you? They've already got one. Beatrix, how exactly do you know this? I had a feeling you'd ask, so full of curiosity. This one. I take it you've become acquainted with the followers of Xanatus, Yeah. Oh, I know. You are a real thorn in their side, Avatar of Donar. Or, as they would say, the false one. Once they found out I'm one of the Nephilim, they tried to make me one of them. Odd, I figured they'd prefer just to kill me. That's what happens when you fly too close to the sun. You get burnt. And I burned them quite handily. Stole all the secrets I could and left to find my destiny, the magic of Cyrene. And here you are, falling into our lap. Seems a bit convenient for my tastes. We live in a time of fate, darling. Is it so hard to believe that we Nephilim would find each other? Well, if you listen to Diana, it was fated. Either way, you're Nephilim, and I guess we fight together. Just don't disappoint us, Beatrix. You gotta admit, we did not get off on the right foot. Oh, pish, bygones and all that. I do wonder what besides favor with the heavens do I have to gain by lending you my considerable power. All I can offer is a target-rich environment. Oh, now, this is a good persuasion roll for this one, Beatrix. This is, Ankylas is a very charismatic leader, reading this character very like a book. And that's my final offer. Don't pretend that's not what you want. Touché, Avatar of Donar. Target-rich environment. It's great. Oh, you guys want to see a cool trick? I'm gonna save it here. I'll show you a cool trick in a minute. I got all kinds of tricks these days. The success of the Nephilim army has awoke the sleeping hearts of the people of Tanra. They're finding their courage to fight to restore their freedom. But the forces of the Empire are still quite powerful and will crush any new resistances that might organize. The translated scrolls at the Historian Magnus point to a Nephilim shrine in Greywind Peak in Sandraka. Seeking both to weaken the Empire base, the Empire here, and to unlock the power of the shrine, Ankylas' army established a base in Sandraka. Alright, it's important. We've never been here before. But we've got airships, so we go where we want to go. Conquering the local Imperial army based at the port city of Crestmoor would be a straightforward task. However, an old, but all too familiar enemy makes itself known. I've got something important for you, Ankylas. Oh. Tutorials! It's been a while. We can do deploy, or we can do guidance, side stories. Don't worry about it. Side quests, just do them. They're totally optional, but totally do them. Anyway, thank you. Storyline. Okay, so first off, I want to show you the cool trick first, and then we'll buy all the stuff. I really want more resources. We didn't get very much. So if you look here and you're like, oh man, I don't want any of this junk. This stuff sucks. What about these guys? Gwen, Smite, Ernst. That's terrible on a soldier. None of these guys are any good. The shop sucks. Man, I'm an angry Ankylo. You can load only the save game at the beginning of the chapter. If you save now and reload, it won't work. But the end of... Not the blue Cheetilo one, that's special. The chapter 21 that we just saved. Load that. You don't have to watch the dialogue again if you don't want. You can just hold the tilde key to speed it up. This looks different. Now, I'm not going to say this is fair. This is probably an exploit. But sometimes you really want, like, I don't know, there's a huge long list of artifacts that are generated, I think, completely randomly when you start a chapter. And, I mean, this is the first time we've seen an Obsidian Arquebus, and this gives us actually quite a lot of extra damage attacking from a wall. So someone like Jules on a wall with this, that's a lot of extra damage, you know, from wall to non-wall. But you do get some penalties, of course. But, you know, for an archer unit, that's probably pretty good. Or maybe you really want some more Pyrocite, and there's never any here, so you keep re-rolling. Or you really want some unique leaders. I'm just going to do this a couple times to demonstrate. I'm certainly not going to start doing this for real during the Let's Play, because I think it breaks part of the design of the game, where you're supposed to have limited options based on your luck, and you'd have different luck every time you play. If you just reloaded until you got what you wanted, I don't know, it wouldn't be quite the same. But if you're really holding out hope, you could try reloading a couple times and see if you get lucky. There's a huge list of artifacts, so there's no guarantee you're going to see what you want. You could do this for 100 attempts and never see it. So I wouldn't say it's great if you really want one specific item, but, you know, I'm pretty sure there are unique mercenaries that show up eventually if you reload enough. It's just down to random. Or you might just be like, really nice trait, I want one of these guys. Or maybe you don't care about their traits, but you can't afford any cannon units, so you re-roll until you get a cannon unit, and therefore bypass the resources, which is kind of what I'm trying to do right now. If I'm being honest, I want more cannons. And I am making this is my Cheetilo. I made a new campaign where I'm testing out a bunch of dumb cheats. This is my exploit file where I'm trying stuff like this out, and I'm just sharing my learnings with you guys. So I've learned a little bit. Let's just say this is my third and final reroll. Let's see if we get anything good. Another new unit, or a new artifact. We've never seen one of these in this run. So hey, that's nice. I'm actually kind of glad it popped up. These are really cool. 1 in 3 chance. It's like a movement star from Fire Emblem 5. Or like 6 movement stars, I guess. 6.5. Another XP quicker artifact, and The bows are kind of nice for your light units. What about units? Oh, look, we actually did find another unique mercenary. So I'm probably going to spend a lot of money here and buy Lady Clarimond, who's... I mean, she gets nothing super... Arcane Barrier is okay. Beacon is nice. She's got good leadership. Valkyries are cool. You know, that's fine. The other mercenaries... Oh, look, another Archer Captain. Already pre-promoted Archer Captain with terrible leadership. So not really that good late game, but... I think we actually have a scroll to give this to someone better. Like, if you have someone with good leadership that you can put that on, we'd get a lot more value. In fact, we could give her Archer Captain with pretty good leadership. You could have one healer Valkyrie and a whole bunch of archers, and that'd be a pretty strong cavalry squad if you wanted. So anyway, I'll buy all this stuff, and continue on. We've got... Outdated, right. So we technically... Oh, I remember, that's right. If you don't take it when the chapter is... When it first pops up, it's still here in the list, but they might refer to things that haven't happened, like, or they... You know, it's the timeline's broken, so to speak. Like, you can still see this, get the tech points and the romance, but you know, the game, you know, it's just like one developer. He's not going to write new script every couple chapters to keep it updated with where you are in the story, you know. Anyway, we've got some more of that. Oh yeah, Jules and Beatrix. Maybe Bluankylas and Beatrix. And then, of course, we've got some squad management to do. I still don't have very many resources, so I still can't do much. And I don't think I want to re-roll to try to get more. We got gems and iron, sure, and some horses, whatever. I mean, I can get another Valkyrie or something, maybe. Oh, Beatrix, right, we've got her. Let's look at her real quick. Haughty. Not affected by the morale of her squad. And bonus HP based on magic. She does indeed have a pretty large amount of magic. She does not have a particularly large amount of leadership. So she is a little bit tricky to build into a strong squad. Almost certainly what she's meant is for you to give her something like... what was that item? Well, you could give her this on defense, but no, I was thinking... maybe I don't have one in this run, or maybe we've seen it. Oh, there's that Bloodstaff. You could give her the Bloodstaff. More magic. This one, right. You could give her Sin Credo, which gives her an extra attack. And then you just put some... You put like 2 Sentinels in front of her that are... Their job is just to take damage. And she'd always get 2 attacks. And then you could throw in this so that you attack first even when enemies attack you. And she'd have... I don't know how much threat she'd have if you just put like 2 guys in front of her. But I think, as you'll see, her attack is... Well, we've seen her attack before. It's pretty overpowered. So if she gets a couple attacks, you could throw some bonus plus magic in there. She doesn't really need a lot of other units. Maybe 2 defenders to block melee attacks. Maybe a healer if you want. We could afford that, I think. And call that good. I'll think about it. I think also she doesn't have to lead the squad. So, I don't... Actually, I'm not 100% sure. Because she's a hero. Can we... No. I don't think we're allowed to put her in someone else's unit. Which would be ideal, actually. Because you'd get away from her bad leadership and have her just support... Like, man, imagine throwing Beatrix inside, like, Ankylas's unit. That'd be killer. But yeah, I think a lot of the heroes are just not allowed to make sub-units out of them. They have to lead their own squad. Which, it's fine. In Ogre Battle style, you could put all the leaders together if you wanted, but it had a different mechanic, so that's fine. Anyway, it's been a bit of a long episode, another hour and a half. Oh well, we'll just live with it. At least we got the whole chapter done, and I think I had a good time. That was fun. So I'll leave you here. Might do a bit of arenaing. We do also have more than just a simple mission. We got 5 different guidance, so we'll start burning through these next. We might do this one first. Clockwork City. I thought about doing them in order, but this one specifically gets you Pyrosite. And then I can finish up some of my units. So this is a resource getting unit. I forget what they all do. This is for Sybil. She's got a personal quest that we can finish. This is to get more dragons. So, hey, dragons... Sybil. What is this? No mercy. Child detention complexes. I don't remember specifically what this gives us. This one is for Pyrosite, and this one is something. Anyway, we'll do them all before we continue the story anyway, because side quests are fun. But yeah, this is one of those breakpoints where you could just keep pushing forward, but might as well do the guidance chapters, right? So anyway, I got some prep work to do, so thanks for watching, and I'll be back next time with a proper Beatrix squad, and we'll see what we go, how we do from there. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and have a great day.